Okay. Oh fuck. Oops. Ow. I got hair ripped. Oops. Well, let's see if everything works now. I have some problems with the audio, so I just started the stream quickly. Well, let me pause. Okay, it works. I'm just I have very low volume, so I couldn't hear myself at all. Let's see if I I'll double check. It was too long ago. I have not streamed for ages by now. Let's see. Okay, everything sounds great. That's good, that's good. Okay, well, today I'm gonna do just a short, like, game dev stream. I'm currently working on a game. I don't know the name, but it's similar to other games like Nodebreaker and some old Flash games, where you pretty much have your, what do I call it? You have an upgrade stage and you have like the main gameplay loop. Let's just check the scenes real quickly. Oh, that's okay. Let's start here. So you can see here we have a lot of upgrades. They unlock when you actually choose them. So when you unlock this one, you can actually see this one and further on. And then we have currently 5 different towers where you upgrade and build a ship of sorts. And then we have some prestige upgrades which enhance these special turrets. And yeah, well, that's about it on the normal gameplay loop, but currently I'm gonna work on the most fun part, the settings UI. Because a lot of the time when you work on settings, especially in Unity, you just get that Unity feel, which I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of. I'm gonna show an example. If I just search Unity settings UI, wonder what comes up, because they all look pretty similar. Here, as an example. So they look like this. You can see here they use the same sliders, the same boxes, with a little differences, like fonts and other things. Here we have another example. They all look pretty similar. This one is a little different. This one is actually pretty nice. It doesn't scream the Unity feeling, at least. But I kind of don't want that for the game we're working on. Gonna be honest, it's not the greatest. So I'm currently, doing the smartest way, which is making everything from the bottom up. So I'm making my own slider script right now. So currently I can show this off. Oh. Don't need twice the audio. Okay, so just here, main menu, nothing special. You can see we have nice crisp animations, or not really animations. But when you hold over them, they become bigger, showing, that you're holding over them. So if I click on settings, the settings menu will pop up. We have a quit, apply, and return. We also need to fix apply. So apply should be gray, most likely, and not clickable, while no settings have actually been changed. So you know that you're doing the correct thing. Click return, get small again. And then we have a kind of working slider right now. It does work, but there's some functionality like, clicking on the slider. Also, I want to make a fill bar. So a fill bar is that they should be gray or you know, no color at all on this side of the bar, and then when you pull it up, it becomes filled up to that point, up to this slider button point. So that is what I'm gonna work on now. And I have small effects as well. Clicking, I don't know, I have to fix that as well. Let's start that. Okay, so we currently have already an image which is just the background. We have a fill area, so we can see if we change the left side here, we can see that it works. What we want is to change the left, so we can see we have like 51.886 here. So we want to make sure that that is the correct value towards like moving this one up to 100. So we can see at 78 would be our 100 in this case. For the actual script, I think, I don't know, is it the button that has the script? Yeah. So we can see we have a max value and min value where we can move the button across this. So we can pretty much just take these values and we will get how far the distance between the start and the bottom is. Unity has, let's see if I can find the script first. Let's see, what is it? Slider? Wait, I can just edit the script. Okay. Slider script here. So we have the position for the mouse input, and we need to somehow move this fill rect transform so that it lines up with the button. In this case, we have a value which is how far from, it's a value 0 to 1 of how filled the zone is. So we should be able to, only when we move, I think, if we take the value, so we'll use fill dot left, I think. Does that have left? Wait, okay, so that's a rect. Can we get the rect and then left? Yes. Will that x min? Okay. It should be the same thing, I'm guessing. If it shows us. Okay, so yeah, we need to update the rect. So we can start by getting the rect and just say fill rect, which will be fill.rect. This will return our rect, and now we can update it, and then we can return it or override the other rect. Rect is just rectangle. So in this case, we want the. What was it? If I use the left. Since I have bad memory. Okay, x min. And we want to use the value that we have here, as well as the max and min values. So I'm just gonna take the max value is positive, right? Yes. So we can take value times then parentheses, and we can start by doing the max value minus the min value. This will add up since the min value is or min value is negative in this case, so we'll get the full area. And maybe that's it. I'm gonna put this here as well because oh yeah, we need this as well. So this is the start where we get the value from somewhere. I think currently it's just set at 0.5. I'm gonna, you know, actually save it, hopefully, somewhere. But that's a different thing, which is the next step. But no. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm hopeful. It does not. It doesn't do anything. Okay, on the. Fuck. If we go into the this one, the settings actually, the fill area, does it not get changed at all? Oh. So yeah, when I said earlier that we need to override the earlier fill rect, I kind of forgot about that part. So can we do this? Oh, it's read only. Wait, can we actually override it? If it's read only, force update reports transforms. I don't know if I want to do that. Calculate the rectangle. Oh, do I need to actually calculate that? Wait, can you use X min here? No. Because the problem is, right now, if you want to just use the X or the normal values of a rect transform, we have a position X, we have a width. So, for example, if we just change this, we will get it entirely lower. We can maybe just change the pivot point, actually. Yes. So if we change the pivot point to right, okay, not to the right, to the left. Wait. Oh, now we have left, okay. Now we can just change it, maybe. I don't know if I can get the left still. I've just changed the pivot point. So, well, now we can just change the left value, maybe. But how do I get the left value in this case? Because we have the pivot, we have the position of right. Well, so we have right. Can right be set? Or is that just yeah, that's the red axis transform. So we shouldn't mess with that. Okay, good to know. Huh. Size delta. If I just scroll through, there should be something. Because the size delta is just how big it is, yeah, relative to the different things. We have the root, which is topmost transform, yeah. Right position, parent, offset. The offset of the lower left corner of the rectangle. Okay, we don't need an offset. Fossy scale, the global scale. Huh. Anchor max. More precision. Precision. This is not this thing. Okay. I'm gonna just try to change the position entirely and see if that works or does anything remotely what I want. Maybe the local scale though. I'm just gonna set the local scale to 0.5. I mean, the local scale is this. Okay, we don't want to mess with the local scale, I don't think. Yeah, no. Because height, plus y. What does... Let's do a debug actually. So if we start by debugging. Debug the log and actually check what transform or field dot transform actually terms, because that's gonna be a lot more interesting than just getting, you know, nothing at all. Yeah. Because if this returns something that actually has to do with the left and right one, oh my god. Yes, thank you. It is a rect transform. It is an object. That is true. Did I? Oh, I just checked the transform. Position. Oops. Close enough. Position. Transform. Pretty much the same thing. That returns 0, 0, 100. Oh, is that because it's so small? Maybe I should actually place it here. Because that could have been because I've just set the size to pretty much 0. I'm just gonna change this. Okay, if we start now. All compiler. Oh. Oops. It's an easy fix though. Okay. So it returns 1.75, 2.45. So yeah, that does not help me at all. Can I do a quick search? Rect transform set rect. Oh, it's just the size delta actually. Is that what it? Oh yeah, the size delta is, oh my god, I forgot. So the size delta should be what we're actually looking for. Hopefully. Because the scale is this, the size is this, and then we have the position. I don't know if it returns the right and height maybe. So if it returns like 0. Oh, it returns actually 39. Well, that's gonna be a lot easier to work it. But I'm not sure if I can just entirely change that. I think I need still... because I can't just change the X value. Okay, so let's... It's a little nicer. Then we can just get the old fill size delta.y because we don't want to change that, and I am not gonna check every time what that value actually is because that would be rather annoying. I'm not... Oh, 39? Wait. Oh. So this is 0. Well, that's not gonna work like I expected to. Then, yeah, let's change that first. So we can just take the max value. We can, or well, we don't know if the max and min value will be the same. Most likely they will be, but we'll times it by 2, and then we will take... Oh wait, do we actually need to do that? We will just minus 0.5 there. So the max value of the value will be 0.5, and the minimum value will be minus 0.5, which will be 39, hopefully. We can just take that and move it. And that should work for all sizes, even if the minimum value or the maximum value is not the same. Because it just gets the entire thing. Well, it didn't do what I was expecting. Is it not changing anything, or what? We're using the size delta, and we're using set, which should just set the values. We do it the old good old way. I not save or what? Oh, well. Well, that is unexpected. Okay. Maybe not what I was looking for entirely. Okay, so what is the problem here? We're getting minus 69.8. The lowest value is minus 38, okay. Then 75. It's also just using the left value. Updating both the left and right one when you use this. Even if the pivot point is just set here. Oh wait, is it updating? Yeah. Minus 35 and left, okay. So it does not return exactly what I want there. Let's try to fix that. So the problem is the size delta is not actually just the right and left one. It has other things as well. Offending. What the fuck is that? So rubbish. Wait, what? Okay. Fuck it, sure. Bot. Okay. Because if we're checking what we're returning with, because what we saw was that it was actually only the left one, or by the look of it, it was only the left one. But it could be changed when I update the actual entirely. Yeah, so it turns 37 there. And here it returns 111. So it just times those two values, I'm guessing. But I'm gonna be honest, that is a little harder to use. I think it's because the pivot point is over here, and therefore changing the deltas will affect it differently. Set left, correct. Okay, wait, this is just offset min? Because if it's just offset minimum, that could be pretty good. The size delta is not what we're looking for. Maybe? This is the problem with programming Unity at times. You don't know everything. You're gonna have to search up things. I mean, it's not a problem. There is a lot of things to actually find, but it doesn't look entirely correct. The the height is somehow different. What do you mean? Oh. So wait, what? Oh. Ah. Yeah, that'll do it. I accidentally took the size delta instead of the offset minimum Y value. Yeah, so the problem is here we're getting positive values when we want negative. So that's an easy fix at least. You can just put a minus on it in front, even if it doesn't look the best actually. But I mean, it's better than or I mean, it's not better than, but I don't really feel like going through and changing all of that again. So, well, it kind of works. So we're hitting minus 37. And we're getting 111. So what are the correct values here? It should be 0 at this point. It should be 37 at this point. Or 49. And here it should be 39 as well. So if we actually check that again, we can see that we have our value. So what we can do is just easy debug log with these values to see what we actually have and how to fix that more appropriate. Because I'm not sure if it does the exact thing that I'm looking for, or if it modifies the value somehow when it actually shouldn't. I mean, it does look like it returning the correct values, or correct it modifying it in a way we don't want. The interesting thing is this one seems to work correctly. Are they not the same? What is the value here? Is a better question. Because it does not seem to be what we actually want. Have I fucked up that already? Could it be such an easy fix? Because currently it works correctly, and if we check the image here, we can see the value is 0.2. Yes, it is not. It's not correct. So we're getting 1 when we want not 1. So in this case, it could be that the positions are actually positive here, or negative, I mean. If we just do an easy check there and change that. Well, we're getting 2 at this side now, and 1 at this side. That's closer, I guess. Not entirely. Wait, why is there +1 from the start there? What do we get if we don't have anything? Oh, I'm gonna be honest, I could just read what the code actually says, but no, that seems too annoying. Ah, okay. So it's just we want to invert it pretty much, and we did it the wrong way. So in this case we have 0, and this we have 1. So we want 1 here and 0 there. So how do we convert this the easiest way? If we have 0 at the start. Wait. Should it not just be 1 minus? Or am I confused? Because you can see, if we have 1 over here, and then 1 minus this value, we should get 0. And if we're on this side, we have 1 minus 0, we should get 1. But that was not what we were getting. Oh, it's because of this. Oh, oops. Parentheses. Oh my god. Well, now the value should be correct. I was thinking. So, I think this I kind of added like right before I closed down the computer, so I never tested it. But yeah, well, it's just a parenthesis thing. That looks good. It works. Works correctly. We're getting the values that we want. The next thing to actually get the slider, you know, working as good as possible is to make it able to actually click somewhere on the slider, and we should, you know, move to that position. So what we have here currently is we have the mouse position in a word screen point. We are interested in using the this image. So do we have that? Yes, we have the outline transform, and we can check. We need to check if this mouse position is first inside of that value, or inside of that rectangle, and then if a click happens when it's inside there, we should move to it. So we can take this position, or maybe not. Wait, okay, this is the from the outline position. Wait, that could actually work. It's put screen point outline position. Where is the outline position set at? We could just take a rectangle around that instead, if you don't feel like using it specially. We can do it up here, because what we want is actually just to move. We want to set move to true. Oh, when we click. Yes. And this is the mouse position, entire thing, and with our word screen point. If we use this, or save it before, and we check if this position is inside a certain rectangle. Problem is, we're gonna get this entire thing. We have our center point here, so we're gonna use our height and width to check if it's inside there. We can check the absolute values in this case. The height and width of this should just be what the screen or the screen position values are in general. So we can check if the pos y x is less, I guess. Wait, okay. Less, yes. Yeah, less should it be. And then we take the outline dot delta, size delta, we can use the absolute value to check both sides at once. And we'll just check the x value here, and then do the same thing for the y value. I'm gonna start by just adding a debug there as well, so we can check if it works first of all. Because I'm not entirely sure if this is how I wrote the code from the start. And I don't feel like working it out inside. Yeah, inside, just inside. Okay. Wait, did we have? Oh, we have these debug values left. I can remove them. Did I remove the other ones? Yes. Okay. So what we want to do here is just set move instantly to true when you click on somewhere on it on the entire screen. What? It does not seem to work, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, it's it's the other way around. Well, that's interesting. So if you're not inside of it, or wait, if you're over it, what? Wait, I'm confused now. So if you are, where does this do? What? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to debug these values as well. What the hell is debug pause? This should be the size update. It should be just the width and height, right? Actually. Yeah, majority of programming Unity is just debug.log because it's too annoying to use breakpoints in Unity. Especially when you have something updating every frame and you don't know when things are gonna stop working. And this code is not good, like it is generally bad. But you know, good code is for work, bad code is for making my own things and trying to get them to run fast. As long as, you know, the CPU and GPU doesn't entirely crash, it should be fine. Okay, so if we check in, the outline is 74, yeah. So in here we get 0. Yes, so as we're closer to this, we get 0. Where is the point here? Is it at the bottom? Right, okay, so if I start by actually changing the sprite, because I think the sprite for this one, if we check setting slider, yeah, it's bottom. If we change it to center, will it actually change the values? No. It also seems to be generally larger than what we're actually experiencing. I think it is this scaled differently. The settings is 3.5 scaled always. Do I need to add that on maybe? Where is the pivot point on this one as well? It is this, right? Let's see. Change the pivot points. I can't see it here. Okay. Well, as long as something works. Because it seems like it just gives the, if it's just underneath, it should be fine. Problem is, I kind of want it to be just inside there, because that would be a lot nicer. I don't know why it returns like down there. What is this? This outline dot position, yes. The outline position returns like bottom here. That's a little annoying. Other things we can do is we can get the rect and check what the rect value is, and if the rect value is you know, good enough to use for just the input dot mouse point, check like what's it rec in contains, we can maybe just use that. We can actually just use the what contains here, because I'm not sure. Right. Yeah. Fuck it. This code is bad. We don't need that. We can use outline, .direct, contains, and then we take input mouse position, and we can use that. Because the problem here is that it's world screen. This is a world point position, which is different from, you know, a screen position. And I do think this rect will also be different. So I am gonna do gonna just debug.log that, because I don't think this is gonna work, because the position will be wrong in this case. It will not be for what the actually is. So yeah, as we're looking, the rect is just there. So if I have it, let's see, where? Wait, does it? No. This is, oh fuck, I forgot. I just want to output the mouse position in general, because that's not gonna work, right? Or wait, does it? I don't know, is it direct? Does it type out inside? Oh my god, clear. Wait, so I'm trying to get inside. Doesn't work. Okay, it seems like it's never, you know, actually inside it. The problem is this one returns x minus 39 minus 2 with 78, which is not actually what the values should be in that case. Oh, okay. If I test with actually the boss there, because I'm not sure how that works entirely. Because it does look like it's pretty close to it, and it could be that just works. I mean, it was inside at some point. Oh? So if I hold here, it is inside. That is interesting. I do think I kind of need to take this position and divide it by 3.7 because I'm just hardcode that. But I'm working on a scale. Generally, you need to add the scale to actually make it work correctly. So maybe. I mean, it does. It's inside of it. Most of the time. Wait, why is it not? Okay, so it's not inside. It seems to be lower. It's just too low on the inside. It's because this position is a little too low. I wonder if I can do a very bad hard code here. If I just add like 2. If I just add like a small value to it in the height, it will work. Because it does return for some reason like the bottom and not the top part, which is not entirely what I want. So if we do okay, don't do this at home. This is bad coding. If we just add 2 to it. Wait, it should have been minus or plus? We'll see, I guess. Depends if this works or not. Okay, so it's lower now. So it should be minus. Oh, yes. I do also think that making the rectangle a little bigger could also be pretty good. Because currently it is it's very specific or very exact. I mean, it does work. Okay, so if I set move. Oh, oops. Oh. Move equals true here. Just remove all of these debuggings because they are not important. Do we get a working product? Oh, I forgot about the click bar, but it does very much actually work, and it's exactly like the area I wanted. It is the wrong method, though. Like, absolutely, this is not how you should hardcode this. I'm not sure if I can use it later on the other sliders now. But I guess, like, this is the only slider, and the other slider would be the music audio, but it will be the same size. So it should just work. Right, let's add actually, let's see, input dot get mouse button down. Wait, oh, 0. Oops. So now when you actually click the button, when you're over it, it will specifically set it. I don't feel like holding is the correct way to do it, because then you can just hold and move it quickly over all of them. And we get a nice like bump when we click it, because I have the setting on. And if you keep holding it, you can move it. So you can always grab it pretty easy. And you can turn it up to 0, lower, nothing. Okay. That is a good working slider. That's crazy. Okay, now I kind of actually want to save the values here. So we have this menu script, menu controller script, which I think I'm just gonna use for all of it. Or wait, is it this one? Yeah, this is the enter effect. Menu controller script. No. I think I have a setting script. Yes, settings. Okay. So we're gonna use this to save all of our values. I'm not... Yeah, this is not gonna be the nicest, but we're gonna just start by actually getting our music mixers. So we have the main audio mixer and we have the music mixer. And those are audio mixer controllers. And we want the master. So we want this audio mixer group controller. I don't know if it's just called master or audio mixer group. Can I modify the master from here? Maybe. We're gonna game audio. We're gonna check if we can modify game audio master or audio mixer. Sets the value exposed parameter. Specify when a parameter is exposed, it is controlled by mixer snapshots. You can only change. Sets the value. Okay. Is that what we want to change? Maybe. This is an audio mix group controller, and then we have a snapshot. But we also have the threshold volume here. Audio mixer controller. What was this? This is the audio mixer group controller. Audio mixer. So yeah, we have the audio mixer. Output audio mixer group. Yes, so that should be the audio mixer group. Okay. If... Oh fuck. I don't need insert. We make this public. Audio mixer group. And I'm just gonna see if I can drag it in to make sure that it is the correct one. I don't want to accidentally get the wrong thing and have to redo a lot of things. So I think we just use this settings generally. We put that on, and if we try to put master, yeah. So we have music here. Okay, that should be the value. And I'm guessing you need to get the mixer to actually change the values. Wait, is it? Yeah. Oh, I'm guessing this is the value you change. I mean, you have a lot of other effects here. Send, receive. I mean, we can just try this. So if we go to our music mixer and turn it on to -80, we do have music in other scenes, which should be set correctly. So if I go here and I pause the other music, okay. So if we click continue, I don't hear the odd music. Wait, that's the settings, okay. Camera objects, which one was the even music player? I mean, it does seem to work. Edit and play mode, yes. Yes. So this is what we want, the attention. I wonder if we can just get this. Copy effects to all snapshots. Okay. If we set it to 0. What does this have? Because the audio mixer is just the audio mixer, which we won't need, I guess, because that will be this one, and we don't really need threshold volume to change. So I'm thinking, can we just get the master? Wait, how do you spell it? No? Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's see if we can find something on the intro web. So, set. Wait. Unity. Modify. Oh. The audio volume. Okay, so we should actually use the mixer and not the other ones. So we can just use the audio mixer here from start. We got settings again and we pull it in. I don't know if... Is it still this? It's just... Wait, oops. I forgot. I didn't update. Oh, that does not look good. Yes, so type mismatch. I'm guessing yes, it just did in general. So, what do we have here? Okay. If we actually open this, okay, so we have the master here, and we have 0 exposed parameters. So what we need to add is an exposed parameter actually. And I don't know how to do that. That's crazy. Add? No. Okay, let's see. In the inspector, right-click on the label volume. Wait, volume? Volume? Oh, here, maybe. Wait, no, wait. I'm... Okay, open the audio mixer and select your audio mixer. Yes, we have music. Select the group you want to name it. Exact master for main volume, yes. In the inspector, right-click on the label volume. Ah, no, wait, not this one. Or right-click it? Copy setting. Click on expose volume of masters to script. So I need to expose it. And it's none of these. You'd add those adds different things, add effects. I can make it a color. I can make it. I can change the color. But I'm gonna be honest. Probably not what I'm supposed to do. Okay, click on expose volume. Yes. I can't click that more. Groups, master, yes. Add child group, no. I don't need children.
Final lap commencing.
Because it does say in the inspector, right click on the label volume. Oh, I'm so stupid. Okay, now we have it exposed. So we can rename that to volume. How do you spell volume? Wait, is it this? Volume? Yeah, okay, good. Wait, oh fuck. Rename. Okay, good. And now we actually want to modify the thing. I need to make a... Oh, okay. I need to modify the other value as well. But what we can do is we can do now. I'm just gonna do it here, so I have it saved. We can set float, and then we can get volume, and we can set the value. The value we can just set as 1 right now, or 0. I forgot. Wait, what is the value? Should be minus the decibels, I guess. To do like 0 to I don't know. I think the max should be like 10 to like minus 50 maybe. I don't know how that works. But we can add the other, the audio mixer for music? Wait, how did I spell audio? Wait, is that how you spell audio? Oh my god. That looks so wrong to me for some reason. I don't know. We can, I don't know. Wait. I was gonna add the like group name, but it doesn't fucking matter. Like, I'm not gonna use that correctly either way. It's fine. Okay, we can get the public, and what we want is the slider script for this. So we want the game slider, and we can then use the game slider to actually update the values. We'll make a public void, function that is just update settings, and we're gonna call this when we click the apply button. So we can set that here, and then we can take the game slider actually, and we can use the flow. Wait, what did I call it? Game slider of the value? Wait, oh, that's a slider showing 2D. That's not what I intended to use slider script. Similar enough. Value, and we'll times that, and then we want to actually get, like, you know, the area that we would like to use. So what should be the 0 value? I'm thinking we have 60 and then it's minus 40 maybe. So 1 is plus 20 decibels. That is too much. 50. Yeah, 50 minus 40 it should be. Because then 0 is gonna be minus 40. And 1 is gonna be 50. Or 10 decibels in this case. That should be pretty good. Okay. We don't actually have anything to try this out on. So I'm not gonna try it out, you know. I'm just gonna ball. Oh. We can make that a little smaller, not that small. And we can go to the on-click on the apply button. Get the settings and actually update settings. I'm thinking of making it gray if there has been a change, but it doesn't really matter currently. It's just a, you know, nice thing. So you actually know you have some change. And more importantly, you know that it actually like applied your settings. But I think I'm gonna just keep it here for now. We're gonna copy this and we're gonna set it under images here. Just call it nothing and then line it up properly. Wait. Oh. Oh, fuck's sake. We're just gonna copy that value, fuck it. Okay, good. They're lined up. And if we look here, it for some reason looks different. Or does it? Why does this look smaller? Why does the shadow look smaller? Wait, am I just imagining that? No. Wait. Why is the shadow smaller? Well, I guess it looks correct enough. I don't understand though why. Shouldn't be smaller. Okay, but it seems to be working at least. And I mean, it doesn't seem to be that easy to recognize. It should be fine. I don't know why the position here is like so weird on all of them for absolutely no reason. Okay, we can sort by setting up the next one now. Public slider script, and we get the music slider. And we'll do the same thing as the other one, just with the music audio and the music slider. That is not music slider. that looks good. Now we have to actually save these values between runs, because you don't really want to set or have to set the settings every time. So I'm gonna go ignore everything in this. I'm gonna copy. I'm gonna just copy all of this and we'll remove things later. We're gonna save. We'll remove all of this. This one is entirely gone. And all of these. And we'll only actually save them. So we want to call save data when we actually want to update the values. Did I forget to copy this part as well? I did. Here we have the settings.txt, and I'm also gonna grab one last thing from this script, which is the dear path application. So we're just gonna put that in the start there. And we're gonna load the data as well in the start. Why is it? Wait, is this? Okay. So we can start by actually saving the data that we want to save here. So we'll use writer.writeLine, and we can start by saving the game audio and then the music audio. This is just as easy as getting the game slider.value and just writing it. Okay, both of those values are saved. Now, when we load it, we want to read the lines. So what we want to do is update this game slider.value. Which we can do with an easy fix like this. Yeah, this should be fine. Could crash it. Because what I can do is literally just float a parse readline here. But I do think I kind of want to get one of these things I have added to make it a little more safe. So we can take this a try parse, where we have a default value that we will return if the settings fail to load. So for example, if the line is not actually there, if someone has gone into the settings file and removed something, which I'm not done, which yeah, if you do, you kind of deserve that. But I mean, some proofing of the actual program, you know, is good. We'll just set it to 1, and we'll do the same with the music slider. And we save this data every time, and we load it on start. So for example, this time we're not going to be able to load anything, and we will get, well, it won't get in there because the file does not exist. So we're gonna see if that actually works. But then I have to actually fix this as well. So we have the music mixer. Oh, I changed the other mixer earlier. good to know. This one does not have an exposed, so we click, where was it? This? Yes. Main audio mixer, volume, expose, and then we change the to volume. Okay. And both of them have 1. And then we have the sliders. It is this object, game slider. It's for the image. Should maybe rename this to actually slider, because that is the important one, and you know, it could be a little easier to pay attention then. Okay, so we can see here all the values seem to be correct. If we start the program now, maybe it works. Okay, the settings should not be changed. If we do this, I click apply. We should have saved these values. If I click return and then close the program, then we load it again. The music audio should be now louder than what it was earlier. It shouldn't start at 0.2. Was that the one we changed? Wait. Game slider. Try parse. So we start with game, and then we use the slider. Yes. Wait. If I change this is 0. This is max. Or no, this is max. This is 0. Okay. Apply. Return. Did I do good or bad? Well, I wouldn't say it looks correct. What did I do now? Wait, what? Yeah, we're writing to game slider, because it is taking like the last value here. So this music slider is writing into the same thing, but it's two different. What? Wait, I'm... What? How does that work? Wait, so... Writing games like... Yeah, I have the music slider always. I need to check what the actual values here are. If I open the settings, what has it saved? Yeah, 0. Wait, 0? So it has 0, 1 here. That does not look like 0, 1. Oh, well, oh. That is, okay, it does work correct. It seems to flip the values though. Because what the problem is right now is that the start of the other one rolls first. So what we actually do need is a public void set value. We're just float. Oh. Well, fuck it. And we need those two. so this will work better. If we go back to settings, I'll actually change it here to set val. And I'm going to use the try parse value. Okay, so we set the game slider. We write to the game slider first. Okay. Let's see now. Well, it's full. Okay, if I do like this, apply, return. Okay, so game audio should be almost full, and music audio should be not that. Okay, that seems correct. I don't know if I was just on something before, because before it did not look at all correct. So we can see here, these are the values that we actually saved to the file. Well, I mean, the slider should work now correctly. Because they are updated. I want to try one thing though. I want to go into settings and I want to remove both of them again. I just see that it loads almost correctly. Yes, they're set up at 1, both of them. If I lower one and click apply. Yes. It works. It works. Oh my god. Oh, it's crazy. I got it working. And yes, the sliders. The only thing is the shadow. I don't know. It's most likely some anti-aliasing, anti-aliasing or something. I mean, the next step is making, you know, a simple button for the full screen that actually, you know, flips. We can make that pretty fast, I think. If we go to scripts, we create a new switch. Switch script, because it's gonna be just an easy switch. We can say bool as a value. We can make a public here, so it's easy to get. What we do want is one image for when it is active and one when it's not. So we can take image. What do you call it? Oh, what's the wait, active? Not active. Good code. I need to make this both public as well. Then, similar to the script, we're just gonna use the effect, the click effect is over, to actually check that the button is over. And we're gonna get the input. But this time we'll get the mouse button down instead. Or wait, you use up usually. And in this case we will change the bool equals to true. Bool value, I mean. Then we can just make a public void update image with the value. We can make a private. What is it? Is it? Wait, do I just have it? Yeah, okay, that is wrong. What we want is actually source image. What are these? What is the format of this? Texture 2D? Is this the texture 2D or the sprite? I'm not too sure. I think it's the texture 2D. Here we actually want the image. And in the start we can just image equals get component image. And I'm gonna do an easy if statement here. So if value is true, then we just go image and set oh, it is sprite, okay. Sprite. And update image at the end here. Okay, so now we should have a working, most likely updating there. We can start by, I'm gonna open the slider to see how big I actually want that to be. How big is the slider? Setting slider. It is 18. Oh wait, no, it's not 80 by 10. It is 78 by 4. Okay. Should be 10 by 10 maybe, if I want to. Should it be 12? I can start by 10 by 10, I guess. I'm gonna make. I need, like, this is a bad way to do this, because you'll need to update it every time, pretty much. The setting slider is only 1 pixel, so I'm gonna do it 1 pixel around here. And we'll save this as not complete, or not active, I guess. Switch not active. And then we'll do our version. I don't know if I want a check mark or what I want. Wait, let's see. That is. Oh my god. Maybe just crosshair. Oh. Fuck. Hold on. Okay, that it does not look good, but like it works. Oh fuck! I accidentally said over. Control S. Active, and then we go back to this one. Control Shift S. And where do we have the switch? S. Switch not active. And we just override that. Okay, good. So this is the full screen. We can start by making UI image and just placing it under. We can have it, it should be switch is the name. Switch not active. I don't know where to place it though. You can start by adding a shadow first. it should be in the middle, like in the start here, or in the end. I think in just middle maybe. Can I line it up easy? No, okay. Alright, no, that's not it. Wait, what? Oh, that's different, okay. It depends on how large that is. I think I was just gonna copy this, but that works, I guess. I'm actually already gonna go back and just change it to actually 11 by 11, because that's, you get a better cross. This is the not active. I can just open the other one as well if I need to do other changes. Because now you don't get like the 4 in the middle. So that looks better. If I set native size, yeah, it's gonna be a little bigger there. And we can start by actually adding this. So we want a click effect with a hover effect on. And then we want switch script. So we have the active image. So if we search switch active and then switch not active, that will hopefully just work. Maybe. I can save the settings later. I can just check if it works now. If it looks fine. I do think it's gonna need to be centered on the... Okay, that did not work. Wait, what? Wait, it should... Oh, is it... Did I... Wait, why did I change it to 1? Wait, what? Huh, yeah, no, it should be 1. Oh. I mean, yeah, that looks fine. I'm gonna be honest, it's not the best, but like, it works. It does what it's supposed to be, or do. I'm gonna though center it on the right, actually. Center it towards these. Because usually settings menus are centered around there, I would say. Zero. Okay, good. That's centered enough. Wait, we can actually change. Or I wonder if I search for Unity settings UI, as I did before, and we check on the pictures again. I mean, that is not centered at all. Full screen is on the left side of it. Yeah, that is more understandable, I guess. I mean, okay, it's an easy fix if I want to change it later. So... I'm more than happy enough. Let's see. Now we actually want to get value. We can start by just making the public void set value method as well. Pool value. Where, well, value equals value. This dot value. And then we just call update image. And in the settings script, we'll need to add this. So we don't actually have anything to do with it actually right now. I'm gonna have to check that up as well, but we have a switch script, which is full screen switch. And we can write the dot right line. We can now add it. And as well, actually add it in the set value. Huh. Well, I need a new try parse actually method here. Because this is not a float, this is a bool. So if I go here, I think I do have a bool one as well. I should have placed all of this like just static. It's some helper method, I guess, so you don't need to every time and add them to each place where you need to save. But you know, that's a less work actually. Do you want to? I think usually you do start in full screen, right? So I think that value should be true. Okay, if we go back now into the settings, yeah, it starts on true. If it's set off, click apply, return, and then restart. It should start on false. It does. That is crazy. And nothing have, or it doesn't fuck if I don't click anything. Don't do any change or click apply. No, it doesn't seem like it. But that is good, I guess. Ah, yes. I mean, that was a lot faster. The slider script should not have taken that long as well. There was some problems, let's say that. I mean, this one. That's so bad code. That's so hard code on. If I do a horizontal slider, I just can't. Also, if I do a different size than the specific, I think they are. Yeah, the height is 4. So, you know, that helps as well. Well, I'm gonna call it actually quits for now. We got pretty good progress. The problem is the resolution one is gonna be a lot more annoying because I'm not sure how to do it. I don't know if you want like a set with specific sizes that you allow, or if Unity has some inbuilt like allowed size or resolutions, but it could be that you need to add each one, and I kind of want to check into that a little before. Also, the full screen thing does not work yet. We don't actually modify anything, we just have a switch for it. I do believe like in the settings, in the apply thing here, we'll have to actually use it. It shouldn't be that hard. I'm guessing Unity just has a set full screen thing. I'm not entirely sure though. Maybe. But yeah. Bye bye.